Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to a special edition Monday Night Live with the Cigar Vlogger. If you haven't done so already, please click like and share. I'm going to try to get out of here under an hour, hopefully 45 minutes. I don't have a lot to say, but I've been telling everybody that May 30th is coming. And I was going to talk about what's going on because I've been dealing with some nonsense for a very, very long time, and some of you have been dealing with the nonsense too. Please click like and share. Hello to all my friends and the Bush people and the people that don't like me and everybody in between. Ava, how you doing? Kim, Lakeisha Green, Legit Doctorate, Aaron, Jacqueline, Miss Murph, Ebony, Ransom. Oh boy, everybody. I'm glad you're here with me. Glad you're here with me. So, as you can see on the screen, today's been a day I've been dreading for over a year. A year ago today, my father passed away, and it has not been an easy year for me. What's up, Aaron? Thank you, brother. It's not been a easy year. I didn't get much sleep last night. I sat up in my driveway till about 2 in the morning. I just didn't want to go sleep. My dad passed at 3 in the morning last year on a Sunday morning. And all of you know, I had to go down. I was the last person to see him alive. They let me stay in the room with him because they knew he was going to pass. And I said my goodbyes. I let him know I loved him. I promised him I'd take care of everything and that I would make sure Mama was okay and all that stuff. And but I didn't wait until he was on his deathbed to tell him all that. I told him while he was alive and well and in good health that I loved him and how much he meant to me, and thanked him for everything that he had done for me over the course of my life. I thanked him for being my father and not my friend. He raised me instead of trying to be my buddy and my pal. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have had a living example of what manhood was for all this time in my life. So, but there were people that said that they prayed for my father's death. One person in particular. And I didn't say nothing. I just sat and took it. And as I was going through my father's things, you know, laying out his clothes, I had to sign for his body to be picked up by the funeral home. I had to go home and pick out his suit for him to be buried in, and make sure his clothes were clean, and write the obituary. Then I had to get on a plane after I made the funeral arrangement, get back on the plane, and come home and pick up my children. And then we had to plan a trip to go back down to bury my father. And when you go through stuff like that, you don't realize how strong you are until all you can be is strong. And I thank all of you that were there with me at that time and gave me words of encouragement and prayers and prayed for my family, and you cash out me. Just everything y'all did for me. I really appreciate that. But I'm gonna be very transparent tonight. I hope I don't cry, but if I do, I'm sure you can understand, because what I've been through the last 2 years or so has been just totally unnecessary and just pure evil. I've had people say they prayed for my dad to die. I've had people calling my job saying all kind of lies on me. I've had people contacting my family, putting pictures of my house and my children on the internet. I've had everything you can think of happen. I've been sued for something I didn't do. I mean, everything you can think of. I've been called everything but a child of God. And I've held my head up high. I've held my head up high because what this man taught me, what this man taught me, named Eugene Moore Sr. If it wasn't for him, I would have never been able to keep my head up high. My daddy gave me the strength to deal with what I've been going through. And I'm not going to put his picture on the internet, but I'm going to let y'all know I come from a strong man. And I'm going to take this off so you can see me. Just hold tight. So, hello, everybody. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to say that again. If you haven't done so already, please click like and share. Yeah. So, I've been through it. And you know, when you said, Davion, when you said you prayed for my dad to die, and I was cleaning out his stuff in his room, and I found his service coin. I found it. Heads with his rank and tails. And I called my brother. And I told my brother what you said. And other family members, nephews, grandsons, cousins. And they all looked at me and my brother and they asked, what do y'all want to do? And if I had allowed my emotions to dictate what I did or was going to do, we wouldn't be having this talk right now. I'd be in a lot of trouble. But what saved you, sir, was the fact that, one, I got a praying mama. And I told her what you did because she heard about it. And she heard what you said. And she said, son, she said, if a person was that evil and hateful, you just have to feel sorry for them and pray for them. Because they're not in their right mind. And if they was, they wouldn't do what they did. And well, I've always said, if my mother had shed one tear, we'd have handled this a whole different way. And you can take that however you want. That's one reason. The other reason, I can't teach my sons to be men acting on impulse, letting their emotions dictate their actions. There's a poem called If by Rudyard Kipling. He said, if you can, and basically one of the key points in that poem is that if you can keep your head about you when others are losing theirs, then you will be a man, my son. So that's the example I had to set to my 3 children. I had to set the example. I couldn't let them see me acting on impulse and anger. So I said, you know, since you wished my dad to die, I said, I'm going to let my dad decide how I deal with you. That was the best I could do. I said, heads, I'm going to deal with you in the courts. Tails, I'm going to deal with you on the street. And I flipped it. I flipped it a year ago. And you thought I was playing. I said, I'm going to deal with you offline. And I flipped it. And either way, you was going to get dealt with. But it was just a matter of how. And I flipped this coin. My daddy's coin that I take with me. I sleep with it near me every night. And Jesus, I had the hashtag, and y'all thought I was playing. I said, I'm gonna deal with you and all of y'all offline. And y'all thought I was just blowing smoke. Oh, he ain't gonna do nothing. Every other day, one of y'all making a video about me. Every other day, one of y'all messing with me. And y'all thought it was funny. Y'all laughing and having a good time. Ha ha, kiki. But I flipped this coin. And I never told none of y'all what the coin landed on. Well, just so you know, it landed heads. and I decided to deal with you in the courts. So I had a folder called offline. And some of the people that was over there was messing with me. They caught the hint because I started dropping stuff on them, like where they live, birthdays, and all the other stuff. And they said, oh, this guy's serious. Let me leave him alone. But you and your boy in Texas kept on messing with me. I had a mediation with your boss. And in that mediation, it said that him and none of his employees or third parties, you're his employee, and third parties like the boy down in Texas, nobody on his behalf could contact me, my family, my place of employment. They couldn't contact me through emails, texts, faxes, nothing. No kind of electronic devices, nothing. None of y'all was supposed to bother me. And in exchange, I wasn't supposed to bother him or his employees. I kept my end of the bargain. But no, every time I turn around, somebody, oh, Pacer said this and Pacer said that. And oh, y'all having Pacer party. I was complying with the mediation agreement. Y'all wouldn't. And I didn't say nothing. I just sat there. I sat there and I sat there and I sat there and I dealt with it offline. Every now and then you make a video, I clap back, shut it down. Show everybody that she was a liar. All of you are liars. And I did that. But you kept bothering. Then the boy in Texas decided he's going to call my 85-year-old mother and harass her. An 85-year-old widow whose husband hadn't even been buried a year. Called her. Told my mama that I was contemplating suicide. Upset her. She calling me crying. And I had to explain to her. She knew you were lying, but she was mad at this point. And she said, Darryl, even if I know you're not, I know it's not true, but if you're even thinking about that, what would your daddy want you to do? I said, Mama, you ain't worried about that. I said, I don't believe in suicide, but I do believe in homicide. And she laughed and I laughed because I've always said that. So what I did, like I said, when you call my job, you and the boy in Texas and Andrea Garrison, when you call my job, but Andrea, I'm going to deal with you later in this show. You committed a crime. You committed a crime. You falsified information against a government employee and you obstructed official business. Those are misdemeanors. When you called and lied, punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine. 6 months in jail, I'm sorry, 6 months in jail per count, $1,000 fine. But when you called my job and interfered and filed all that information, I contacted the FBI and I filed a complaint and a report with the FBI. The FBI has open cases on both of you. So the only reason that I haven't issued a warrant for your arrest as of right now is because you have an open investigation with them. It'd be a waste of time issuing a warrant for your on a misdemeanor when they're looking at both of y'all for felonies. So once they complete their investigation and they decide whether or not, because I'm a government employee, whether they're going to charge you with a felony, and if they do, that's where we're going to go. But if they don't charge you with a felony, then I'm going to press charges against you in the state of Ohio. Either way, you're going to get arrested. I've sat on that for a good little while now. I had this in play all before I even got this job. But when you did that, this is when I filed these papers. You see how thick that is? That's you and your boy in Texas. This is you and your boy in Texas. Andrea's got her own folder. Oh, I'm going to do something special for you, Andrea, because you tried to set me up on a murder plot. But this is, Andrea, I hope you're looking. This is your boy, Conscious TV, and Brian U. Henry II. Davion Augustus and Brian Henry II. This is their paperwork. This is their paper. This is what I'm taking tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. When the clerk of the court door open, stoop. I am getting what it's called, and it's going to be for, depending on how long the judge lets me have it, up to 5 years. If you saw my thumbnail, a order of protection. An order of protection, which means, you see what it says, Darryl Moore versus Brian U. Henry, and Darryl Moore versus Davion Charles DeMille Augustus. These are restraint orders of protection because both of you have contacted my place of employment. And Davion is employed by the person I'm in a mediation with, which means he violated the terms of the mediation, which means now his boss is on the hook for what he did. And I will be filing that on Pacer Tuesday as well when I come back from the court. So by Wednesday or Thursday, since y'all love to read Pacer, you're going to see a whole bunch of this stuff right here uploaded to Pacer, complete with evidence. And then we're going to go back before Judge Gwynn. And you're going to have to explain why you, as his employee, Davion Charles DeMille Augustus, why you have been making videos about me that you think just because you took them down and made them invisible that nobody has. Why you've been making videos about me. Why you posted that murder plot video back up again last year. Why you did all that. Why you called my job, which is a violation of the mediation. And you talked to this guy right here. Remember the convict that y'all thought y'all had an inside connect with? Guess what? Last week, he's gone. He no longer works for the city. He is gone. Your spy, your in-house spy, the convict right here, he's gone. He turned in his keys and his laptop Friday because if he didn't, he wouldn't get his last paycheck. He did something that they didn't like. And he either quit on his own before they fired him or they forced him to resign. I don't know, don't care. But what I do know is you don't have no inside connect no more. As of May 25th at night, he quit. His resignation was turned in and it was accepted by the city council president. And he turned in his keys and his laptop Friday before the close of business. So take a good look because he got a mugshot and it won't be much longer before the two of you have one. And Andrea Garrison. I told you to go sit down, but you didn't listen. I told you, hello, Mad Church. I told you to sit down. Your boy is now gone. He no longer works for the city of East Cleveland City Council. Your in-house spy, your in-house snitch that you, Andrea Garrison, was kaha and kikiing with, telling him all kind of lies. He comes snooping around my office. Well, this is what I heard about you. This is what I heard. This is what I heard. I said, you tell them bastards that I said it offline. And he would look at me. I said, tell them. They know what it means. Tell them. Darryl Moore said offline. But you thought I was playing. You thought I was playing. But I bet you don't now. Because I want you to look again at the bottom of this thumbnail to the left and to the right. The orders of protection for Davion Charles DeMille Augustus and Brian U. Henry II. Once I go to the clerk of court tomorrow morning and they stamp it, they're going to contact, you see those green posted pads on my screen there? They're going to contact the Harris County Sheriff. Brian, you know about them, don't you? Harris County Psychiatric Center. But the Harris County Sheriff at 1200 Baker Street, Houston, Texas. They're going to pick up a copy of this document either Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday morning. And they're going to come to your house until they get you. And they're going to serve you. And what that means is you've been served. Davion, the Richland County, South Carolina Sheriff, located at 5623 Two Notch Road. You know about that Two Notch Road because that's where the strip clubs and the host roll is of all varieties. They're going to come down the street and they're going to serve you too. Knocking at your chamber door. They're going to come serve both of you. Quote the Raven, nevermore. They're going to come serve you. Now, what does that mean? Glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. What that means is you're going to get a copy of this. You're going to get a copy of this. Menacing by stalking. You're going to get a protective order from me in the courts of Cuyahoga County, Ohio. And what it's going to say is, it's going to basically tell you, you can't call me, you can't have any contact with me, my family, my job, and when it says my family, it also includes any lady that I have ever bumped uglies with. You can't bother nobody. Baby mamas, exes, news, olds, undecided, friends with benefit, whatever you want to say. You can't contact none of them, my children, my mother, my brother, my sister, anybody in my family. You can't have any contact with them. You can't email, fax, Skype, text, whatever, smoke signal, nothing. You can't have no contact with me, my family, my employers, my intimate friends. You can't have any contact with them. And third parties. So like when Conscious realized I was about to put the heat on him and contact Judge Gwynn, he went out there and got this boy from Texas out there to windmill for him. That's considered a third party. You can't have people like that contact me or the people I just mentioned either. And if you do, then what they're going to do is contact Harris County Sheriff and Richland County Sheriff, and there's going to be a warrant for your arrest. Because this protection order is good in every one of the 50 states and the U.S. territories. If you can't be within 500 feet of me ever, you can't even stand 600 feet away and yell with a bullhorn. If you see me coming, you got to turn and go the other way. You can't be within 2 football fields of me ever for the next 1 to 5 years, depending on what the judge decides, how long he gonna let this protective order stand. And during the time of this protective order, neither one of you, and Andrea Garrison either, because hers is next, I'm filing hers this week. None of y'all can own firearms, because I made that as a stipulation. Because you're violent. You both threatened me. I got the documentation. I've never threatened you. I said I would defend myself against you. And I showed them the videos when I went to the judge. I said, this is what I said. Now they're going to tell you I said this, but this is what I said in context. I said, if they do something to me or try to do something to me or my family, I will defend myself. And that's very legal. And being that Ohio is a strong red state that believes wholeheartedly in the right to bear arms, I have a right to protect myself. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't have any felonies. I don't have any outstanding warrants, depending on all the lies you tell. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I can pass a drug test, a criminal background check, all that. Neither one of you can do that. None of you. So you're going to try to lie to, well, he threatened me. No. You have no evidence of me ever saying I was going to do anything to you other than defend myself from you. And that I have a right to that. You've called my home. You've called my mother. You've contacted my children. You put them on the internet. You put the place where I stayed on the internet. You've given people my employer. So all the people in your bushes and in your chats, if any of them contact me or my family or anybody I've been intimate with or my place of employment, anything like, if any of them call, you are liable. That's what this is for. This right here. All 200 plus pages of this. All 200 plus pages of this. See all them binders? All them binders. I sat on this. I took all of your mouth for a whole year because I knew I was planning this offline. And I sat there and I was patient. And I prayed, and people prayed with me, and people prayed for me. And there were people that you thought liked you, and they was just kept keeping their eye on you and telling me everything that you did. And when you said what you did, you low down so-and-so, that you prayed for my daddy to die. Daddy decided what I was going to do to you. Sergeant Eugene Moore Sr., United States Army, retired. See, that's the difference. Because see, if I'd have had a daddy like you, tell him what I'd have turned out to be. Because your daddy left you when you was a little boy. He left you right there in South Carolina and took your sibling up the road with him. Other boy, we've discussed what his daddy did. His dad liked to beat women. But see, here's the thing. The main person you pray to die is the main person to save your neck. Because I was ready to deal with this a whole different way. But when my mama, the main person, your boy, went out there harassing, she said, baby, I'm going to say it again. She said, well, people like that, they're sick and they're evil. You can't get mad at them. All you do is pray for them and feel sorry for them. Because they're not in their right head. Because if they were in their right mind, they wouldn't act like that. And then I started looking at your life. I said, yeah, y'all are pitiful. I looked at your life, I looked at mine. I grew up in a loving home. I was taught the love of the Lord. Every time I turned into that yard in that mailbox, I was in a safe place. I was in a place where I was loved and nurtured. You didn't have that. That's why you turned out the way you are now. Evil people with no soul, just evil reprobates. That's why you are who you are. But Daddy from the grave made the decision. So instead of coming up to Ridgeway and dealing with you, I went to the courthouse. Instead of coming up Merworth, I went to the courthouse. That's what I did. And that's why in a few short days, you're going to get a knock knocking at your chamber door. Harris County Sheriff, Richland County Sheriff. Sign here. And from that, it started the day I went to the courthouse. Even right now as I'm talking, even though you haven't been officially given the document, you cannot contact me. You cannot contact my employer. You cannot contact my family, people attached to me. You can't get third parties to do it. No emails, chats, texts, fax, letters, nothing. Any of you over there, contact me or anybody attached to me intimately. It's a violation of that restraining order. And you go to jail quickly. I told you I was going to deal with you offline and you thought I was playing. You threatened my life. Both of you. Andrea Garrison set me up on the murder plot, tried to. Ooh, Andrea, you think they got it hot. Oh, I got something special for you. I'm going to get medieval on your ass. Oh, if I were you, Andrea, I don't know if you Catholic, Buddhist, or whatever. You need to get right with God because I'm about to rain down fire and brimstone on you. Child Protective Services, the courts, Family and Children's Services, public benefits, all y'all over there with the fake Social Security numbers and birthdays, IRS, Treasury Department. If you get any kind of public assistance, you're going to be thoroughly investigated. Thoroughly investigated. And you're going to have to explain why they should be giving public aid to somebody because Danny Boy didn't cut you loose. So you own the public assistance. So you're going to have to explain to them why you got these open warrants in Ohio. You got to explain to Family and Children's Services why you smoke the reefers in front of your children and gets high, Rocky Mountain high, in front of your underage children. You're going to have to explain all of that. And then you're going to have to explain your tax returns, how you getting these tax returns. Because you can't get tax returns if you have open warrants. I thought you might want to know that. They seize all that. Think I'm lying? Ask somebody. Don't believe me. Ask somebody. Daddy decided how I was going to deal with you. I ain't come to the Bronx, but I'm going to deal with you in the courtroom. You lied. You called the convict, told him all kind of lies that you told him that I tormented your ex-fiance. You finally admitted he's your ex-fiance's mother, so that she had to leave her condo. That was a lie. She left that condo because she couldn't afford the payments. Had nothing to do with me. Never set foot in that building. Never, other than driving past and showing you that I knew where she lived. Now, that's what it is. And I sent her a letter explaining about your open warrants. That's why Danny Boy's eyes started opening up, because his mama pulled his coattail till he said, leave that hoe alone. That's why you mad. That's why you big mad, because I cut your meal ticket off. I hit you in your pocket. And you've been mad ever since. Then you start harassing Kim. And then you get hooked up with that nut job out there in California. But I got something for her too. Real something. Because when she see what I do with you and these other two, she gonna back the hell up. Because she, unlike the three of you, she has something to lose. She has a license for the state of California as a therapist. She has a business. And if I make it hot for her, which I am going to do because of what she did to Kim, she ain't gonna get no new clients. And the ones she got, they're gonna start looking elsewhere. I'm gonna hit her in her pocket. And then I'm gonna put the media on her. Because see, as you know, I'm in the film industry. So all it takes is a phone call. All it takes is a phone call. Hey, you got somebody in your area that's harassing people and they're licensed therapists. You might need to go do a I-team investigation on them. And people out here thinking they're going to slip in and be on TV shows. I don't know what to tell you. Somebody might get led by the spirit to write these executive producers and say, hey, I don't know if you want this person a part of your production based on their allegations that have been levied against them. I don't know. I'm not going to do it, but I'm just saying some people might get led by the spirit to write such a letter. But all I know is the truth about to come out between now and Labor Day on a whole lot of folks. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm going to just be sitting here in Ohio, drinking my dark liquor, smoking my cigar. Right there. Y'all bless the Cash App if you feel led by the spirit. And if you haven't done so already, please click like and share. But yeah, 200 plus pages. Basically, you're going to go away and leave me alone. And if you don't, the Harris County Sheriff, Richland County, South Carolina Sheriff, they're going to pick you up. Harris County, Texas, Richland County, South Carolina, they're going to pick you up. Because I'm going to say, hey, these people are still bothering me. Hey, their friends is now bothering me. And all I got to do is show a connection. And see what you didn't know. I went in your chats. Screenshot. So I got them names of them people. But see, if they call my job, you have to leave your real name. Plus your real name pops up in the caller ID and your real phone number. And then we're going to do what's called skip trace. And you know, that stuff that you accuse me of doing. Because if you call my job, I can open a criminal investigation against you and create a file. I can create a paper trail. And then I can go and tell everybody what you ate for lunch on the 3rd grade. Name, driver's license number, social security number, dates of birth, places where you live. All of that. Because I have that authority now. Because when you call my job, you committed a crime. And see, when you're just out here running your mouth, it is what it is, free country. But see, now also, this is the special part. Because I now have all of this, and I have a restraining order against the two of you, and I'm going to get one against the salamander, I'm going to turn it into YouTube's legal department and request your channels be terminated because you've used your platforms to harass, menace, and stalk me and other people. And I went and got a court order. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't care nothing about your backup channels. I don't care about your Patreon. If you have anything on social media and you mention my name or FUPA or whatever you call me, if anything can be traced back and it shows that you're talking about me, you going to jail. And I'm going to say this again so that you'll get it. While y'all fools playing checkers, I was... Run tell that. Run tell that. I said, see, a lot of people say, oh, Darryl, you telling them too much. I played you like a violin for 2 years. I sat there, had this real dream. See, this man right here taught me how to use my intellect. He said, subdue your passions, use your head. Don't act off your heart and your gut. Use your head. See, y'all act off impulse. That's why, oh, he said this about me. And then y'all make a video. Y'all say it. And your big mouth, loose lips sink ships. And I knew, see, when you play checkers, it's read and react. It's just reaction. React to what your opponent do. Chess, you think 3 moves ahead. I said, okay, if I say this, they going to say this. If I do this, they going to do this, because I know I'm dealing with slow people and I have smart parts. So all I got to do is push the right button to make one of y'all mad, and you're going to say something stupid. That's why a lot of people are like, Darryl, I can't believe you ain't mad at them for saying it. No, because most of the times, the stuff that you said, I provoked you to say it. Because that, I'm going to quote Jimmy Battle, that tongue of yours is the rope that will hang you. And you hung yourself. You threatened my life. You called my job. You called my mother. You called my family and friends. You posted stuff on the internet that you shouldn't have been posting because you hated me that much. A person that you have never met. All because I had the audacity to interview 3 people who made accusations about somebody that y'all like. I didn't accuse the person of doing it. They did. But because y'all rocking with that person, you attack me day and night for 2 years or better, over 2 years. You've told every lie you could tell on me, I'm still standing. You've done everything you could think you could do to me, I'm still standing. You say you're going to take my channel down, I'm still standing. And all I did was save everything that you did or said or tried, and I put it on this. Then I uploaded it to the cloud. So if something happened to that, I still got backups everywhere. I even sent a copy for my mother to lock away in the safety deposit box at her bank. So if something happened to me, if I was all of a sudden, I don't know, something fall out the sky on me and I'm no longer here, one of my children could go get it and go to a lawyer and say, hey, these are the people that probably did such and such to my daddy. That's what I did. See, I play chess. I play to win. I play for keeps. See, I lose a battle, but I'm going to win the war. All you care about, oh, I got him. I made him mad. You didn't make me mad not one time. You got on my nerves, but I endured hardship like a good soldier. Let that sink in. I endured hardship like a good soldier. I sure did. And see, well, my daddy died last year, early on a Sunday morning. And then you came out and said what you said. I said, if it was the last thing I did on this earth, before God took the last breath out of my body, I was going to bring you to justice, either in the court or on the street. You was going to get dealt with, either in the court or on the street. And I said, since he said he prayed for my daddy to die, I'm going to let daddy decide how he get dealt with. You better thank the Lord that it landed heads. That's all I can say. You better thank the Lord, because at least in the courts, all you got to do is just go away. On the street, you was going to go away. That's all I'm going to say on that. Like Forrest Gump. That's all I got to say about that. Daddy. 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 Something you don't know nothing about. You had a father. Everybody has a father and a mother. I had a mama and a daddy. Big difference. That's why I'm here and you over there. That's why I can drive my car out of my driveway and you can't. I was taught, pay your car note, pay your car insurance, keep your license and tags current, obey the law. I can go anywhere and get a job. Y'all can't. Can't pass no drug test, can't pass no criminal background check. I can. Go to school, get your education, Darryl. I don't care what it is. Get you some paper and something. Did that. Take care of your kids and love them as best you can. You're going to make mistakes, but but make mistakes trying hard as you can. And I did. That's why I got 3 grown children, 2 in college and 1 on his way to trade school. No baby mama drama, no criminal records, no drugs, no gangs. Productive men. All 3 of them got jobs. All 3 of them in school. You judge a tree by the fruit it bears. What kind of tree did you fall off of? Both of you, all 3, all of y'all over there. Yeah. This is the day I waited for. I dreaded this day because it's the year anniversary of my father passing. But I told you, May 30th. You know why I picked today? Because it's the day my daddy passed away. This is not vindication for me. This is vindication for him. Because you attacked an elderly man, an 87-year-old man, didn't even know you existed. Still didn't know. When he went to his grave, he still didn't know who you were. But you were so hate-filled towards me that you tried to insult the memory and the honor and the legacy of my father. And for that, I was going to get you. And this is just in the criminal courts. We ain't even talked about civil yet. I'm just getting started. Let's see if your boy help you with some legal fees. Let's see, because you're going to need it. Let's see. You claim you got all these subscribers. You couldn't even get each one of your subscribers to give you 2 pennies to pay that this court fine that you face on June 7th. 8 days from now, you go before the judge. You're facing 60 days in jail and a fine. You couldn't even get each one of your 30,000 subscribers to donate 2 pennies. 1 penny for each year. For the last 2 years, you've been fighting this court case to keep from having to pay $647.50. If each one of them gave you 2 cents, you'd have had enough to pay your fine. 2 pennies, and you couldn't even raise that. But you're gonna need a lot more than 2 cents. You're gonna need a lot more. This is criminal. We ain't even talked about the civil side yet. I ain't gonna talk about it. I'm gonna just deal with it offline. I told both of y'all, I told all of y'all, leave me alone. I am not going to back down from you. I'm not afraid of any of you. You have tried everything short of shooting my house and my car up or doing a drive-by on me. And if you ever tried that, I ain't empty-handed. That's all I'm going to tell you. I ain't empty-handed. No, them subscribers ain't real. That's why I can't get no money. If you contact me again, if you make any more videos about me, I don't care if you make them private to your subscribers, anything. Because I have eyes where you think I don't have eyes. If you make one more video about me, you cannot make any content about me. You can't contact anybody attached to me. If you make any other videos about me, that's a violation of this document right here. That's a violation of this document. Any of y'all, Andrea Garrison, that stack for you is going to be this thick. I got something special for you. You aren't going to know where to turn when I get through with you. Child Protective Services, Treasury Department, IRS, State of New York, your benefits, the Medicare, the Medicaid, or whatever you get, food stamps, welfare, whatever you get, you got to explain to them about the reefers, the outstanding warrants. Assaulting a grandmother of your second child, owing $110 a month in back child support you ain't ever paid. You got to explain all that. Why you can't set foot back in Ohio. But I got a trick for you, because I'm going to file right here. And if you violate the restraining order, I'm going to have you arrested in New York, and they're going to bring you back. You're going to face charges for this violation and then those 2 outstanding warrants. And then while you're in jail, they're going to put your children in Child Protective Services until their daddy come get them, if he want to come get them. So you better sit down. You better do some long, hard thinking. So you think that all them people that's gassing you up in them chats, what they gonna do what they gonna do for you when you in jail and your kids is in foster care? Because I'm gonna drop the hammer on you. Your new friend out in California, is she gonna take your kids in for you? She gonna feed them? You better think. You need to sit down and think. I know you ain't too good at thinking. You think you're slick. But I know you ain't too good at this. But I'm coming. I'm coming. I waited for this day. I waited for this day. You shouldn't have messed with me. I gave you fair warning. Warning comes before destruction. Pride comes before a fall. I told all of you. So you're prideful and boastful. Oh, we doing this, we doing that. We got some charges now. We got some restraining orders now. We got family and children services coming now. We got the laws coming now. Sheriff departments, NYPD's coming. That's what y'all got now. I gave you fair warning back there. Gone somewhere, gone over there, gone get. Food for this, food for that. Then you got bold. Oh, he got a job. Let's call his job. He don't work for himself anymore. He got a regular job. Let's call that job and tell these lies. And when you did, you committed a crime. And what's so funny, y'all was talking to a convict who had served 7 years in prison. I got all his mugshots. I just don't put them on. Only one y'all saw is the one that because people in the building didn't like him, and they copied it and put it all over the building, all in the stairwell, all in the parking lot, all across the windows and bathrooms and everywhere else. Blew it up big, made a banner out of it. That's how I got a copy. Somebody put it up, posted on the wall. It was actually put on my door. So, yeah, Paul, I'm sending everybody to her front door. Since you want to call my job, you don't have no job. That's why y'all over there feeling couldn't nobody do nothing to you. None of y'all employed. The only person over there is employed is that gal from California. And I'm gonna get in them pockets. Because what she did to Kim was totally unnecessary. I had to write a letter to Kim's job to let them know about y'all lies and send them evidence with links showing the stuff y'all have done to her. You think they're gonna take your word, y'all word, drug addicts, hookers, mentally unstable people, over an Ivy League educated Black woman who's gotten Teacher of the Year and all kind of rewards? You think they're gonna believe y'all lying bastards over her? Come on now. In the middle of a pandemic and there's a teacher shortage, she can pass any criminal background check and drug check that it got. She don't get high and she ain't got no record. You think they're gonna believe y'all over her? Get real. But that's all right. She got somebody over here that got her back. And I'm gonna deal with you. Thank you, sir. I also called the Northern Kentucky, Southern Ohio fugitive squad and let them know where she's at. So if they feel led by the Spirit to go scoop her up in the Bronx, they know where she at. I have done my due diligence as a productive citizen of the state of Ohio, a tax-paying citizen. I said, yeah, that scallywag up there in the Bronx. You can be there and get in 8 hours, put on the inmate plane back, or you can fly back with her. You shouldn't have bothered me. You shouldn't have called my mama. You shouldn't have called my job. You shouldn't have called my family. You shouldn't have put my family and my house on the internet. You put a person that works for the courts' life, you put my life in danger. You put the life and safety of people when you were blocking up, tying up the phone lines, people that wanted to call to get help, you prevented them from getting the help that they needed. That's obstruction of official business. And then because I'm a licensed notary and the people that you call that are my bosses, they're also notaries. What that means is me and my bosses all are able to tell you, raise your right hand, this hand right here, the other right, and say, do you solemnly swear, da, 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 da? I do, because we're able to give oaths and notarize That made it a crime. When you called and left those voice messages, when you called my supervisor and they told you not to call back and you got mad, then you tried to call the mayor's office. Then when you tried to call, that wasn't working, then you tried to call HR. And I just showed the HR person all the videos that y'all have made about me, the murder plot videos, the death threats, showing the photos of my mother's call ID where you call my mama's house. So they knew what type of people you are. So nobody was believing the lies you were telling. But and I also, on top of them, me showing her what you did, I had this when I walked into her office. I said, see, I'm going downtown to the courts to apply for a restraining order. And the FBI, because I got the FBI documentation in here too. I said, the FBI has an open investigation. I said, the police department for the city is already giving me a report. It's in here too. So I covered all my bases. I said, I'm doing things the right way, the legal way, so that if they roll up here, I have a right to defend myself. If they continue to bother me, I have the legal grounds to go after them in the courts and in the police departments. And that's what I did. While you was out here making videos and calling me out my name and harassing me and thought you was doing something, y'all over there in your little small circles, what you're saying, because everybody that's in y'all chats is people that I blocked and deleted from over here because they're ignorant. So what did they do since they mad and then they feel because I blocked and deleted them? They went over there with you guys. So if any of them calls my job, you're responsible. You're going to jail. So I suggest it would behoove you, big ol' ass word, it would behoove you to tell them people not to do that, because if they do, you on the hook for it. Because there was considered a third party. Just like right now, if I was out here harassing and just dogging somebody out, let's just say I was just terrorizing poor Kim, and Kim gets a restraining order against me, and then Marcella start contacting her, or one of the people in the chat to start contacting her, and then Kim go back before the judge and says, say, hey, I got a restraining order and Darryl's friend is harassing me. Or get this, is even special, more, I skipped a part. In that document, it says anybody that you and I both know can't contact me, because that shows a correlation. Anybody that's in your chats, that's in mine, and they start contacting me or contacting my job or my family, anybody that we mutually know. We both, Davion, we both know Brian Henry. We both know Andrea Garrison. We both know this woman right here. We both know this woman right here. I'm just gonna go down to there. We both know this thing right here, this melon head Negro. She nigga. We both know her. She can't contact nobody. This big melon head bastard right here, she can't contact nobody. Before and after, she still can't contact nobody here. This woman right here can't contact nobody. Anybody we both know. This thing right here can't contact nobody. Anybody. I'm just going down the list. Where my other people at? Him, he can't contact nobody. None of them. If they do, y'all getting picked up. The two of you. And Andrea Garrison. The breadbasket people. They can't contact nobody. Nope. Take care, Deidre. Thank you very much. None of them. Anybody that the two of you, three of you, and I know that have been back and forth co-signing on your foolishness in the chats, if they contact my job, if they do anything, hold on, excuse me, hold on. Sorry about that. So if you bother me, whether it be now, if he said 90 days or 5 years, whatever the judge decides. If you continue to bother me, and then after that time expires, and if you continue to bother me after the time expires, I file again. Then you get a whole new restraining order. But during the time of the restraining order, you, Davion, and you, crazy boy in Texas, you cannot own a firearm. And you have to turn it over to the Harris County, Texas Sheriff and to the Richland County Sheriff Department, Davion. You have to turn your weapons over because you threatened my life. You can't have a firearm in your possession for the duration of this restraining order because you threatened my life. I only said that I would defend myself against you. I never said, oh, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this. No, I said, if you try to hurt me, I will protect myself and my family. And that is my constitutional right as a law-abiding citizen with no warrants, felonies, or drug issues whatsoever, and no criminal record whatsoever. No outstanding warrants, nothing. I'm a law-abiding citizen. You're not. You're violent people who do violent things. And that box is checked off. When you get a copy of it, you'll be able to read it. Because it's going to say, person has weapons, proceed with caution. So when they come to your house, they're going to already have a hand on the hip, just like this. And they're going to knock on your door. And you're going to have to surrender your weapons. Because they're going to come through the house and look. And if it's found out during the period of time that you are in possession of a weapon, that's a violation. You go to jail immediately. And you're going to get what's called a bond hearing up here. Because you're going to get transported back up here. Because even though the order is nationwide, because you have the means and the ability to travel across state lines, I fear for my safety. Boy down in Texas said you're going to put me in the dust. You pulled out at the time I didn't know it was a BB gun, but you threatened me several times and I saved it. You threatened me several times. Then the fake murder plot didn't help matters much anyway. So now, mind you, this is just the criminal stuff. I ain't talked about civil. And since we have what's called, you should know because you love to read PACER, jurisdictional issues. Means all of us live in different states. So the lawsuit against you will be in federal court for an amount exceeding $75,000 per. So I know what to tell you. See if your boy will loan you some money for a lawyer and to pay these fines off. Because eyes are coming, boss. Eyes coming. Offline, I told you. Offline. I told you. This is the last time we're going to talk about this. You're going to leave me alone or you're going to go to jail. And as you can see in the thumbnail, I am not bluffing. This is not a bluff. Look in the bottom. Let me take this ticker tape off. Look in the bottom, sir. Your name. It says Order of Protection. Darryl Moore versus Brian U. Henry and Davion Charles DeMille Augustus. Those green posted pads. Harris County, Texas Sheriff, address and phone number. Richland County Sheriff, address and phone number. That's who's going to be serving y'all the restraining orders. And you see them little coins at the top, heads and tails? That's my daddy's military coin. First Sergeant Eugene Moore Sr., United States Army retired. Purple Heart, Vietnam War. Bronze Star Bravery, Vietnam War. 3 tours in Vietnam. My dad. My dad. That you prayed for that he would die. But he's done more for me in death than your dad has did for y'all. And they still breathing. My dad has done more since he passed away than your dad has done for y'all. Either one of y'all, and they still here. I don't even have to go back to what he did while he was alive. But you thought you were doing something every day. I'm on your thumbnails. You're hashtagging it, all that stuff. That now stops. If you hashtag me, if you put my name, likeness, or anything in any of your content, well, it ain't gonna matter no way. Because when I fax this stuff over this week to YouTube's legal department, and if they don't do anything about it, I'm suing Google because they have policies against bullying and cyber stalking. And if they don't enforce it, this is a clear-cut case. I have police reports and restraining orders against you. And if they don't do something about it, they're going to be liable. Because unlike me, there have been people that have been harassed and stalked and bullied that have gone on to commit suicide. I'm not one of those people. I file court documents. And if they don't do their job, they're going to be held liable. That's it. You take a long look at that. That's not me playing. Them documents at the bottom is very serious. I went to the county, went to the judge, and I filed a document. I sure did. Because y'all evil people, and you do evil things. Pudding. I told you. Go sit down. I'm going to keep holding this up again. See how thick that is? That's y'all. Andrea's going to be twice as thick. Andrea, I can't even really verbalize what I'm going to do legally to you. I am going to get you for what you did to me, what you tried to do to me. You have no idea what's coming. I'm going to unleash hell on your life. Take the nonsense that you did to Victor Cousins when you were lying on him, but magnify that times 10, but I'm going to be telling the truth on you. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. It's going to be biblical, what I'm going to do to you. I'm not just talking, pumping myself up, hyping it up for rate, clicks, likes, and views. Andrea Garrison, Andrea Nicole Garrison. Andrea Nicole Garrison. The Cigar vlogger, Darryl D. Moore Sr. I'm going to get you. I'm not just saying that because, ooh, no. Let this be an example of what's coming. I'm going to get you. You tried to send me to prison because somebody cashed out you some coins and you tried to have me sent to prison on a lie. And you knew you were lying, and you knew you were helping people that were lying. You knew it. You tried to set me up on an attempted murder plot to say I was trying to kill somebody. And you knew it was a lie. Because the original video that Conscious TV cut up and spliced. You were in the video. Me, you, and Jives, King Jives. Had to get myself together. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Had to get myself together. There were people that thought I didn't know what I was doing. And I couldn't tell them what was going on. Because quite frankly, some of the people, I didn't know if I could trust them or not. They said, oh, Darryl, we're pulling for. I didn't know who's who in some cases. Because there have been some people that was over here that turned out to be enemies. And I had to play my cards close to my chest. Oh, Darryl, don't let your left hand know, all this kind of stuff. And I had to, yeah, you're right. And I had to play along. Like, yeah. And people thought I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, you're telling them too much. Darryl, don't say that. Don't do this. Don't do that. They know what you're doing. I knew what I was feeding you. Just like when you had that spy at my job coming up there thinking he was giving information, taking it back to you. I gave him because if the old country saying, if you bring a bone, you'll carry one. So I would send him back with what I wanted you to say. And then you get on your shows and you say it. Then I knew where it came from. I used your spy for my benefit. I used your words and flipped them on you. I knew to get you to do or say something, all I had to do was come out and tell the truth. Y'all can't handle people telling the truth on you. So you wanted me to come back, you lie, you want me to lie back. You started making videos and nitpicking. You wanted me to clap back and you respond. Well, then I got quiet. The more you talk, the more quiet I got. And I started doing stuff offline. And now, on the 1-year anniversary of my daddy's passing, you got this here. I told you, May 30th is coming. I kept giving you warnings all along. I said, I'm dealing with you offline. And see, what I'm doing over here right now has nothing to do with what Marcellus was doing. Remember that y'all made fun, oh, they raising money, $20.88. This right here ain't got nothing to do with that. That's a whole nother situation. But y'all donate Cash App, $ Marcellus McMillan, $20.88. That's over there. I've supported 110%. Kim supports it 110%. 18, 110%. That's a whole different situation. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about right here, right now. This is me and y'all. This ain't got nothing to do with that. This is me and y'all. So when you deal with me, that's one thing. When you deal with that over there with Marcella, whole different ballgame. Y'all in a lot of trouble. That's all I'm gonna tell you. And I'm gonna eat this pudding again because it is delicious. Banana pudding. But I done went on my time. But you brought this on yourself, messing with me. I know I see people dropping out the chat now. They got the information they want so they can go back over there. But make another video about me. And if I find out about it, if I get a screenshot showing that from this day at 8 o'clock tonight at Eastern Standard Time, anything from now going forward that you made a video about me, or in fact, from Friday of last week, to going forward, if you make a video about me, you mention my name, you're in violation of the restraining order. And you're going to jail. If you call me Fupa, everybody know that's what you call me. The elderly, all these other names. That buckethead joker, if she say anything about my brother again, That's my family. You liable. You better get them straight in your chat. Like, hey, don't say that. Don't mention his name. You better get them straight. You better delete them comments. Because if I get it, you liable. Because Buckethead is a third party. That's somebody that you and I both know. She used to be a friend of ours over here. We used to feed her. Make sure she had Netflix and money to eat, even though she worked at a food bank. Could have got food for free. But we still looked out for her. Then she turned on us. Yep. But you know what? Every bit of mess online in these little circles, all of them got one thing in common. Andrea Nicole Garrison. Think about that. Andrea Garrison is the person that kept all the mess going. Now, me and Jives and Miko squashed our differences offline. And I told them, and you can ask them yourself, I said, I never would have came after y'all at all if it wasn't for Andrea. Andrea is the one that put a wedge between us. Because I ain't had no problem with Miko. I didn't even know Miko. Me and her got into it because of Andrea. Me and Jives fell out because of Andrea. And once I told them that, and I showed them, you know, we squashed our difference. You notice, I ain't messed with them, and they haven't messed with me. They do their thing, I do my thing. We don't bother each other. Ever. You haven't heard them say not one word about me. I ain't said not one word about them bad, and they haven't said nothing bad about me. We left each other alone because we got Andrea out of the way. Everybody else that got some mess going right now, them people over there, Andrea in the midst of it. People over there that's messing with us, Andrea's in the midst of it. I'm going to deal with you. This ain't nothing but a taste of what you're going to get. Oh, because I'm going to get me evil on your ass. You wait till I call Family and Children Services. And this time I'm going to have a restraining order. You wait till I call them welfare people. Everybody. You get public aid, I'm contacting them. I'm contacting child support, let them know you got warrants. Everybody going to know you got warrants. Everybody. Told you. Go sit down. Go somewhere. Y'all wasn't listening. Y'all was out here bumping your gum. While you were talking, I was filing them papers over there. And I waited. I could have did this about a month or two ago. But I said, nope. I'm approaching the anniversary of my father's passing. And what better time to announce this than on the 1-year anniversary of my daddy's death? The death that you said you prayed for, and that the gods of voodoo or whatever you practice granted your wish. No, my daddy died. He was 87. He was sick. And he had lived a full life. 3 adult children, 6 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. And he had a wife that he was married to for 64 years. It was time for him to go to heaven. You should be so lucky when your time comes to leave this world like that. Somebody loving you for 64 and a half years. 3 adult children that gave you 6 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. And one of your grandsons is a preacher. Right there in the city where you live, Columbia, South Carolina. Davion. But I'll tell you one thing. Drive that car to the driveway, see what you get. I dare you. I double dog dare you. I triple dog dare you. Pull that car to the driveway. With your musty self. Pull it on out there. Puss in Boots. Drive your car on that driveway, Puss in Boots. See what you get. Pull on about that driveway. Ain't talking so tough now, are you? If you leave that house, you better be walking or in an Uber or a Lyft or a hitchhike. Take your little musty butt down 2-notch road. Walking. Because if you go down 2-notch driving, you're going to jail. 90 days in jail, $1,000 fine. Go on and get in that car. Pull out past that mailbox. You won't make it to that church next door before them cops swarm in on you. Go on out there and do it. You're going to get caught up because you're dumb. You're going to do it. Because you're going to try to do it to defy me. See, I'm riding in my car. Woo! You're going to be in jail. That car going to be impounded. And they're going to sell it at auction. Or either give it back to the person whose name it is in, which I know who it is, and you do too. And I know who owned that Cadillac that you were driving. It wasn't in your name. Because you can't get nothing in your name because you don't have no license. Never have had one. Yeah. That's in the other stack. That's not in that stack. That's another stack. Criminals, drug addicts, liars, hookers, predators, touchers of the bread baskets. See? You went after my daddy. You called my mama. That's why I keep going back to that. You say you prayed for him to die. You even so hateful, you said you prayed for my dog to die. But guess what? The hole you tried to dig for me, you're going to lay over in now. Now, the only thing that I don't like about this situation, because I have this paperwork, I now cannot attend your court date on the 7th. That's the only drawback. However, I can send somebody to sit in the courtroom. Won't you be surprised? Got a special surprise for you. When you go up in that courtroom, got a special surprise for you. I'm going to be in for a special surprise. You don't like this kind of teaching. That's right. I can't go, but somebody else can. And if y'all do want to go, hit me up. I give you the address to the court. I can't go, but other people in the area, you know, might want to ride on I-77 or I-26 or I-20, go in there to Columbia and be right up in there. I'm just saying. I don't know. It just depends. Somebody might want to take I-95 and then cut across on I-20, or come up I-95 and come across on I-26 right up in there. Who knows? But I know this. You're going to get yours. Yes, you is. You're going to get yours, sir. Anyway, I've held y'all long enough. But just know this. I better not see a hashtag, a mention of a nickname that's attributed to me. I better not see nobody in your chats saying nothing about me, and you don't stop it or delete it. Nobody better contact my job anymore that's attached to you, or anybody attached to you, or somebody that we both know. Better not contact my job, my family, or anything. You're liable for it. You're going to be held criminally responsible, because that document over here says you can't do this with me. You can't Twitter, Tittier, whatever, breadbasketer, Instagram, nothing. Fax, email, smoke signal, Morse code. You can't do shit. You can't contact me or my employer or nobody. No family, nothing. You gotta leave me the hell alone. Now, run tell that. It didn't have to get to this because you should have sat down. Because you only went after me because I was dealing with somebody and exposing somebody that you liked. And you thought you was getting brownie points with them. So you started attacking me, unprovoked. Some of you are paid. Some of you just give a little trinkets, cash out, PP touch, whatever you got in exchange for your service. False prophecies that read over your life, that was pre-recorded, whatever. But what I do know is this, Davion, you've opened Pandora's box because you're an employee of the person in the mediation. So these documents over here are going to be uploaded this week. You're going to have to explain to Judge Gwynn why you violated the mediation agreement. Your employer is going to have to explain that, why they allowed their employee to violate the mediation agreement, why his employee was out here harassing somebody that was a part of a mediation agreement with him. You're going to have to explain all that. I have the documentation. This ain't word of mouth. This is police reports, restraining orders, FBI reports. It's all right here. See it? See that right there? See that name up top? East Cleveland, Brian Henry. Brian U. Henry. Yeah. All that stuff is real. This is not me talking. This is not me just windmilling. See, when y'all get up here, y'all calling me out my name and lying. And then one of you, oh, the idiot that keeps sending me those emails from the fake email account, talking about Darryl, the dummy lawyer from Cleveland or whatever, I blocked you. I reported you to that server. I filed a phishing complaint with Google, so Google is going to shut you down. You won't be able to send me anything else. And once they do a reverse IP address location, they're going to find out who you really are. They're going to turn that over to me because I've already sent documentation showing that I'm been harassed and stalked. So I'm going to get your information. You're going to have a police report. That's how I'm going to deal with y'all moving forward. No videos, no name calling that. So whatever you want to do, you out here harassing me and Kim. I told Kim to just keep a file of all the stuff you do, and we're going to get you. But anyhow, I got to go to work tomorrow. I want to watch a movie with my family. And I'm going to eat some barbecue because they cooked today. Made some nice little stuff. And yeah. Daddy, this was for you. I did what you taught me. It was hard, but I did it. I set the example that you told me to set for my boys. I kept my word. I kept my word. You're going to answer to what you did to me and my family and my friends. You're going to answer to it. And now I got to change the song. I got to change the song, but I'm going to play it one last time. I'll do a remix. Here we go. Kill. I'm going to get them niggas. Kill. I'm I'ma get them niggas. Kim, I'ma get them niggas. Hey y'all, I'ma get them niggas. And I'm coming. And I'm coming. And I'm here. I'm here. Don't you ever disrespect my father again. Don't you ever harass my mother again. This was your one pass. Mess with my parents. This was your one pass. Won't be another. All I'm gonna do is step back and I'm gonna look away. And what happened, I ain't got nothing to do with it. But tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, the judge decides for how long. But you're gonna turn over them firearms. BB guns, pellet guns, slingshot, bow and arrow, spitballs, slingshot, bow and arrow, I don't know, whatever. Sticks and bricks, whatever you got, you're gonna turn it over for the duration of this restraining order because you're violent people. You know, you started it and I finished it offline. Good night.
The vlogger got me. 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 The vlogger got me.